giving up the poon.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, like, that one's really weird. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay, I think I have a couple of other quests to do.
I never watched any of the Kill Bills.
You've never seen Kill Bill?
No, because everyone, you know...
Oh, yeah.
Because my name.
Cool. Alright, I got a couple of dumb quests to do. This quest right here that I'm about to do is dumb. Kill Bills. Those ones... man.
Oh, there's a second From Dusk Till Dawn.
Is Tarantino in that one?
Yeah. I don't think maybe he's not in it because he dies.
Oh, okay. Spoilers.
Yeah, whatever. It was made in 1997.
Kill Bill.
Oh, he made Little Nicky? Or he was in Little Nicky?
He was?
Yeah. I can't remember. Let's see. Ooh, man. That did not get a good score.
Little Nicky's a pretty bad movie, actually.
Yeah, it is.
it's not regarded as a classic. It's pretty terrible. You're talking about Kill Bill. Kill Bill is, to me, a very mixed bag.
All I've seen is like that one where she's in the orange jumper and she's got the sword and she's fighting all these.
That scene's cool. That's a good scene. The rest of the movie is really keen on explaining backstory that never needed to be explained. To the point where it's like... That's like, if you see the movies, they feel very off-kilter with one another because of the fact that...
Is there only 2 parts? Or
there's only 2 parts.
Okay.
But the point of it is that Tarantino originally intended Kill Bill to be one 4-hour-long movie.
Okay.
So when you watch part 1, it feels really weird because the entire movie focuses... She's got to kill like 5, people that wronged her or whatever.
Okay.
So she's got like a vengeance... It's like a vengeance plot, pretty much. She's supposed to kill like, the 5 people that wronged her or whatever. And the entire first movie is about one of the people. It's about Lucy Liu's character. And,
Oh, yeah, the Asian girl.
Yeah, by the end of it, like, that's the whole movie. And then, like, it's like, how are they going to fit, like, the next... I think there's, like, 3 other people. There's 3 people, I think, in part 2. And it's like, how are they going to do 3 people in one movie? And it's like, it's just...
just rush it. That's how you do it.
It's... Yeah, and then there's, like, this really, like, unnecessarily long flashback scene where it shows Thurman's training. And it's like, it's really pointless. Doesn't really add anything to the whole thing. I don't know. For some reason, for as much as like I love Tarantino movies, he does have a tendency to kind of like add in a bunch of crap every so often.
Like the voiceover and the hateful eight.
Well, yeah, that, but just needless like time waste stuff. And that and in Kill Bill, I feel like it's very like apparent, like he's just wasting time. It didn't really like we don't need to know all this. It's not really that important, but he feels the need to put it in there. There were scenes like that in Django Unchained too, where it's like towards the end, it just shows a flashback of Christoph Waltz just saying something like, "You're going to be the fastest gun in the West," and then it shows fucking Jamie Foxx flipping his gun around, and it's like out of nowhere, and then it cuts back to the present, like just this one like 5-second thing, and it cuts back to the present. Like what? You could have just showed that when it was happening.
I guess it's like a character building kind of thing, because it's to show that
but I don't know.
Shit was going on for a while.
I guess, but it's just like out of nowhere. Like there's no reason for it to be there. I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker, so I don't know what the artistic vision is there. But
Tarantino has a very interesting style.
Oh yeah,
where he does things very.
We could talk all day about fucking Tarantino. Just watched Reservoir Dogs the other day.
Good movie.
I like that movie a lot. It makes my wiener hard. It's a good movie.
Technically, we're talking about Tarantino, and he was up in the news lately.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah, I saw that. I read that article.
But it looks like it's more Harvey Weinstein than anything.
Oh,
at least
the fuck was he? I forgot
what his defense was.
I think what it was. It's like we're not even like I feel weird because we're not talking about anything funny.
Yeah.
We'll go back to that in a minute, I guess. But
you don't have to be funny all the time.
But the thing was, I believe, that there was obviously all the press about Harvey Weinstein raping a bunch of people or whatever.
Yeah, attempted rape.
Yeah. And then I believe somebody had brought up accusations against Tarantino and how he would abuse Uma Thurman on set of Kill Bill, or he had spat on her and things like that. And he was
forced her to drive an unsafe car.
Yes, yep, that was one of them. Spit on her, and then I think choke her with a chain.
Mm-hmm.
But then he offered context for what all of those things were. So the car thing was he had driven down the road in the vehicle, and it was just a straight shot. But he failed. He didn't drive down in the opposite direction, and I guess there was like a divot or something like that like you drive right over, like because I guess maybe you're going downhill or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had her drive in it in the opposite direction that he didn't do, and then I guess she had to swerve or something like that. I don't know.
Crashed.
And she crashed. Yep. And then I guess that was just like something that defined their relationship for a period of time where he was, or like she was not very trusting of him for a while, which naturally so. Like at the time she trusted him, and then he made a mistake, and he openly acknowledged that.
Mm-hmm.
The spitting thing was also, he spit on her for a scene, I believe, in Kill Bill, but he asked for her permission first, and she of course granted him permission to spit on her. But he wanted to do it instead of Michael Madsen, who plays one of the characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Because
he could direct his spit.
Because he knows exactly how he wants it to go, and it would only take maybe like 2 takes of it. And he's like, if we don't get it after 2 takes and you don't want to do it anymore, then we don't have to do it anymore. So the reason he did it, of course, was so that he could like you said, direct it and kind of at least get it the way that he wants it to land or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the choke chaining thing was, I think, a part of another scene. Of course, she's supposed to get choked by a chain. I think it's when she's fighting Lucy Liu's character or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Uma Thurman was actually the one who said, no, just choke me for real, because that way we can get it to look more authentic. Because when they were pantomiming it, I think it looked a little too fake.
Yeah.
So she was the one who said, no, do it for real, and then, we'll only do a couple takes of it or whatever.
And then there's... I know that...
something to that effect, anyway.
Tarantino likes to actually do it for real, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with What's-Her-Face in Inglourious Bastards. To actually get choked.
Oh, yeah. No,
until she passed out.
They did that, too, yeah. I think they brought that up in the article. I don't know, why you fucking grabbing me, bitches?
It's their way of attacking.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, I can't remember the actress's name, but yeah, the one lady. Yeah, I think Christoph Waltz chokes her, strangles her at the end.
Yeah,
spoilers.
But it's actually Tarantino who does it.
Yeah.
Because Waltz didn't want to do it, and it was looking fake or something.
He does manage to get it to look real.
Mainly because he was doing it.
Well, that's the thing with Tarantino. He can get good performances out of anybody, man. I'll tell you, quit.
Mm-hmm. And then I know he was in... because someone drudged up an interview with him and Howard Stern.
Uh-huh.
I think it's Howard Stern. He's the late-night talk show guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was on America's Got Talent.
Yeah. And he was defending Roman Polanski about his statutory rape. He was defending...
Aries is fucking running off by himself like a twat over here.
Yeah, he was defending Roman Polanski's statutory rape of this girl. Because he's like, yeah, there was a party and she was there for it, all that kind of stuff. And
so wait, so Tarantino was defending it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was saying that there's a difference between these party girls who come to, these 14, 16, whatever age, I think it was 14, year old party girl that comes there, and she probably knows what's going to happen, kind of thing, when she's given drugs and stuff like that.
I don't know.
And that's his defense on it.
It's a pretty weak defense, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarantino, you know what? Even though he explained himself, I mean, there is definitely... I do think there might be something there where he likes doing that to some extent.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's, if that's for a fact, but, he's definitely got an interesting mind.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that he probably does have some kind of, like...
kink on that?
Yeah. Like, yeah, he's probably into that or something. That's probably why he puts it in his movies all the time. It's like, here, let me choke you.
Yeah.
I like his movies. I mean, I like most of his movies. There's some I don't really like. Namely, the Django.
You see, I like that movie.
I don't. Just the clash in tones is what killed it for me. I didn't really like it very much. There were scenes in it that were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly every scene with Leonardo DiCaprio was fucking great.
Leo definitely did wonders.
Every scene with him was fantastic, especially the dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
The culmination in that was a little lame to me, but I did like the escalation of that whole scene was great. But the rest of the movie I wasn't like a super huge fan of.
Everything could have been much easier, personally, in that whole movie if they kind of told the truth to a degree.
Uh-huh.
Like, they could have been there and, their whole thing was to get her, and Eskimo Joe was just, like the way to get her kind of thing for free. But everything could have been much easier.
Yeah, what was it? They weren't going to trade a dude for her or something?
No.
I can't remember.
They were going to buy Eskimo Joe, and then also be like, oh, I really like this girl because she knows German.
Yes,
Can I?
Yes, you're right. Yes, and buy her. Yeah, you're right.
And it could have been so much easier if they just got there, what's-his-face recognizes her immediately and actually tells him,
hey, that's my wife.
Hey, that was my wife.
Can I buy her?
Yeah. That kind of thing. And then still go on with the Eskimo Joe kind of thing, buy him. And then there wouldn't be any, like, sneaking around kind of thing.
Sure.
Because the people wouldn't be like, oh, you know that guy. It's like, yeah, he literally just told Mr. Candy that I was his wife.
But perhaps...
things could have gone differently.
Could have gone differently, but perhaps the caveat of that is if they know the value of her to him, they could say... they could demand more money.
Yeah, well...
So
then they just
or at least like maybe if by that point though they could reach an agreement or something.
Yeah, it would be like, oh, you're helping me here, I can help you. I'm gonna buy your Eskimo Joe for what more than what you're worthing him,
right.
And I'm going to also get her, and then there's no sneaking around. No one has to die. Yeah. They could have done something like that, even if it was just.
Yeah, because Samuel L. Jackson, he's the one that blew the whole thing wide open.
If they just were more upfront about that part, they didn't have to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
If they just had it more upfront, sure, he had a token.
But Billy, then the movie wouldn't happen.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, in life, you might want to. You can still lie to people if you want to lie to people. You just have to lie to people in the right way. You don't just lie to people full on if you can easily make something happen a different way. You got to think about this.
The other.
Why is that guy shirtless?
He's, I think, like the original Dragon or Risen guy or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, is that his son? They never really explain who the.
My name is Falvio. I'm his sex slave.
I don't know. No, it's like a younger version of himself. It's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm his sex slave.
See, that's the thing. Like Capcom, you can't write a good story, but you know what? You make some good gameplay. And that's all that matters.
The only thing with Capcom gameplay is it tends to be a little more arcadey than.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it kind of turns me off of 90% of their games. Is that their story's shit and their gameplay is a little too arcadey.
You know what? I like the arcadiness of at least of some of their games. There's not a ton that I'm a big fan of. Capcom is, like I said, has always been kind of hit or miss with me. Like, there's a couple games I really like, and then there's a couple ones that I don't like.
For the most part,
like Street Fighter, never cared for it.
For the most part, if it feels kind of arcadey, I probably don't want to play it. Like, Lost Planet 2 gets that for me.
Yeah.
Like, it gets really arcadey, and it has a shit story, but I still have fun playing it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like, with this game, it doesn't have a good story.
Nope.
It feels pretty arcadey to me whenever I see you playing it.
Yep.
And I don't have any interest in actually playing this game.
That's okay. It's definitely...
And that Resident Evil game, too.
Yeah,
like, it was fun to play.
Yeah, see, I don't want to play that Resident Evil game either, because it's just, I don't know.
Revelations, or whatever the fuck it's
called. Revelations? Yeah, well, I like that game. It's
fun to play.
Yeah. But I think...
there's every so often there's a good arcadey amount. But it's like, if you don't go full on into it sometimes, it just kind of feels... bleh.
I think the difference is, or like the thing is with like a fair amount of these Capcom games, is that they kind of involve some... maybe some busy work here and there, but they're also just kind of more oriented to just like they're time wasters.
Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of time playing this game, and I, obviously am in the midst of doing Monster Hunter as well. I'm spending a lot of time doing that one, so there's a couple of games I like, and then most of the Capcom catalog I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest with you, but whatever. To each their own. Next time on Chinstrap Chaps, we keep on talking.